And we should be live on Thursday night, and I actually remembered to be here. Hope everybody is doing well. I was going to cover a little situation. I had a video on it a few nights ago, or a few days ago, something. But I don't know if anybody watched it. I know there was some comments on it, so I know a few people watched it. Anyway, it was about depending on a gig app. Now, a lot of people say DoorDash, Uber Eats, none of them, they're not going out of business. That's not the situation. ASAP, or Bite Squad, it went by another name as well. But Waiter. Wait R. Um, They didn't go out of business. They just pulled out of the market. That is what brought this about is while these gig apps may not go out of business, they may just pull out of your market. So don't depend on one app. I'm not saying work a bunch of apps and multi-apping and all that if that's not your thing. I understand. Um, but I also understand you need something else because if you're doing this full time or even as a part time to help uh, compensate your income or whatever, um, you need something else for backup because you don't want to have to wait until get approved on another app. Just go ahead and get approved on as many apps as you can. Turn them on every once in a while and just rock on. How you doing, giggity? Miss Lisa, how are you? Hope everybody's doing fine. Miss Pork Chop, how are you? Any speeding tickets and a new hot rod yet? Not yet. Knock on wood. Uh, I haven't. Well, I can't say that. I think say I haven't really gone that fast in that car. However, Miss Emily is the type of person that does not like being in second place. And the other night we was coming home, and it's an interstate. There's out of town. Um, I passed her, and then she blew past me, so I blew right on past her at 100 plus, and then she started passing me, and I thought, forget this. She is not going to back off. So I backed off. I won. Oh, she won. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if y'all heard her, but she won. But I do not. I think it was at about a 110, 115. I backed off. I thought this is crazy. I mean, the tires are good, and the weather was good. There wasn't no problems there, but I did. You got scared. Well, I did. Yeah, I did get a little scared, but it wasn't of the speed. It was of the amount of the ticket that it would have been had we had gotten stopped. Because my luck, I would have probably stopped and she'd have kept going. I don't know. And they'd have probably stopped me, but I don't know. Anyway. But in town, I really don't exceed the speed limit by much, just a little. But, time's money. Just got to do it safely and know where to do it and where not. Neighborhoods, school speed zones, definitely not. But anyway, that was a big thing, just don't depend on one app. Let's see. I don't know. Anyway, I don't think I had anything else on this. If y'all are doing Walmart Spark, there was a new update, and actually there is another new update, which I have not downloaded yet. But if you do Walmart Spark, I don't. You probably got it, Lisa. And if y'all read Reddit, I haven't tried airplane mode because I very, very rarely used it, and I haven't used it in a long time. But the new update eliminated the airplane mode, and also the new pickup times are not 20 till anymore. It's 44 till or 44 after 21 till. So I think they probably had some complaints about customers getting their orders before the time slot that they were supposed to get them in. And in some cases, I understand that. Can you imagine in the summertime getting ice cream, frozen food, and stuff, and you put in a time slot of 3 to 4, and your order got delivered about 2:35, 2:40, and it's sitting out there on the front porch at 110 degrees? I don't think ice cream's going to be ice cream anymore. So I understand it. I get it completely. A lot of people are griping about it, though, but hopefully that'll wean them out and get them on out of the way so us regular Spark drivers can get back to our normal orders that we used to have before the influx of drivers. At least I did, but I don't update my apps until they make me. I hate changes. Yeah. I haven't updated to the new, I updated to a new one, and now they come out with another new one, and I haven't updated it because I never update any apps until it's been out like a week, several days to a week, because they don't test anything. These gig companies just throw out the updates, and if they work, they work. If they don't work, they get complaints, and they find out what the problem was, and then they try to fix it. There's no beta testing, which is kind of messed up. They really ought to try that first, because what was it, last year we had that Spark app update, and it really messed up a lot of drivers, me included. We wasn't getting any orders at all. You could go out for all day and 0 orders. So she's getting my phone. I guess she's going to see what version I do have. I think it was 3.9.
We have the same one, but I don't show an update in the Play Store.
Oh, she's not showing an update in the Play Store. Well, I got a notification. If you pull down the notifications, I think it had a notification of an update.
Yeah, I did. I got the notification, but it didn't download anything.
Well, who knows? You know, Walmart, multi-million-dollar company, and they can't get their crap in order.
So. It says there's an update, but
yeah, I don't know. I just know. Oh, and I saw an edit. I read it. I haven't even told Emily. I just now remembered it. I think I left it open. Yes, there was a picture. Well, there. Somebody said a friend of theirs got deactivated. They had multiple reports of the order not being put on the porch. But what I caught and found interesting is their second picture said, we were recently notified that bots, apps, or other automatic devices may have been used to accept offers through your Spark driver account. So the theory of there being an app out there or a bot or something to accept orders automatically, very well may be the truth and reality, because if you've done Spark, you know, you've seen it. An order pops up and you don't even get to see it. You just get a notification a new order is available and it's gone. Ain't nobody that fast unless they're sitting there like this and they just take it. So I really think there are bots out there, and apparently this person got caught using it. So if you are one of those people that use something and you're just keeping it to a secret, you may very well get caught. And is it really worth it to save extra 10 minutes? You know, those orders, I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. That's like working for Walmart as an employee and stealing a Dr. Pepper and a candy bar. Is it really worth getting a theft charge and losing your job over, it ain't worth it. Just go with the flow and do what you can, make what you can, and don't have to stress over it. What's up? They say you have to update your phone first, then update the Spark app.
Update your phone first.
Huh. I haven't got any. We both use Android. I haven't got any system updates. I got a system update on my phone last week. One day last week, or towards the end of the week before last. Anyway, other than that, I haven't. I don't know. Oh, for iPhone, yeah. I'm not smart enough to use an iPhone. My mother is. She's smarter than me on that. She asked me something about an iPhone one day. I'm clueless. I used to consider myself kind of tech savvy, but not so much anymore. I don't keep up with it. Not that I don't think it's interesting, but it gets old. I had many, many years was keeping up with computers and hard drives and modems back when you had the dial-up modems, sound cards, and all that. I used to keep up with it, not so much no more. But anyway, what I'm getting at is I'm not smart enough to use the iPhone. So for those of you who do use the iPhone, kudos to you, because you're one of the smart ones. Yes, but can mom do a video in her man cave? A she shed? Well, if it's done on the couch, yeah. She and she admits it. She spends most of her time on the couch or out running around. She's not a stay at home. Well, she does stay at home, but she goes a lot too. She's a go getter. She's supposed to get her new windshield in next week or a week after, I believe. Her windshield's cracked off pretty bad. 200 and I think she said $268. Anyway, I'm getting off track here, and I don't know. I don't know what we're talking about anymore. But I she is part of the reason why I got into cameras, because when I was little, we had the Polaroid cameras and the little instant 110 cameras. So I always used those. I got to take the family pictures and all that. And then mom got a Canon AE1 35 millimeter, and I used to have it sitting right back here, but I put it back in the bag because it was collecting dust. It's a good camera. So I think she would be capable of recording a video. Now, whether she would talk, I don't know. Unless she got her on something that she was interested in, then she might talk a little bit. I'm wondering, how could you use a bot when we have round robins? I don't know, but well, I can't really. Well, could I? Well, I couldn't share it, could I? Anyway, I read it to you. I don't know if it would focus. Oop. Man, I'm opening all kinds of stuff up here. Well, anyway, I read it to you. So the customer. Oh, yeah, that was their second their story. Oh, I've lost it all now. I don't know where I'm at. Anyway, apparently, I don't know how they would do it with a round robin, but unless, I don't know if y'all have used any of Gary's apps, but like Maximo, I was using it for Uber Eats and Grubhub, and you can set a minimum fee or a minimum amount that you'll take the order for. You can put it like $8, and it will automatically decline $8. And you can also, I think you could, I never did do it, but I think you can set it to automatically accept orders. So if you had an app, kind of like Gary's apps for Spark, and you set it to automatically take orders for the way they're taking orders for $6.50. I don't understand how people are taking orders for $6.50, especially when it's got 2 drops. They'll learn, I hope. Do I?
Or they'll quit.
Yeah. They'll learn or they'll quit. And hopefully they quit. It's okay. I was just wondering, since when we have round robins, it's only shown to you. Yeah, you're right. It probably wouldn't work on that. I used and Maximo all the time. I like Maximo. My free time ran out on Maximo, and I don't do it, and I don't do Uber Eats and Grubhub enough to justify. It's a great app though, and I will tell anybody about it. It's a great app. Gary's got a good app there. I never really used I think I put it on my phone once, but I very rarely do DoorDash. Well, actually, I've done more DoorDash in the last couple of months than I have in a very long time. But with the Spark orders the way they were, and usually, I don't know about y'all's market, but between 11 and 1, around noon, there's normally 98% of the time there's no Spark orders. And sometimes when I'm out during that time, I'll turn DoorDash on to kind of pick up the slack. But I'm trying to keep my acceptance rating up on DoorDash. And I don't know that it makes a difference, but I do know I get less 250 orders with a higher acceptance rating. And, there's tons of YouTubers out there, gig tubers, that have videos on and opinions on acceptance rating and all that. So I don't even touch that because they are more interested in it than I am, shall we say. I got a 58% acceptance rating. So I guess I'm get the high paying orders. But anyway, I'm not a numbers guy, and I know a lot of people say, "Oh, you should keep up with all that and learn all that." I don't care. If I get orders and make the money to pay my bills, I could care less what my acceptance rating is and all the statistics and all. I don't care. I just want to do my job and get paid. Plain and simple. I know what to take and what not to take. I don't. There was a shopping order, and there was somebody talking on Reddit earlier, and I got one of them today. $11 for a shopping order. Now I thought, I'm not getting out of my car. I'm not getting out of my car for $11. Ain't happening. Unless I had to go to the bathroom or something. If I had another reason, maybe. But ain't gonna happen. I have taken some 1650 orders, and I have taken 1 or 2 1550 orders, but most of the time I won't take anything under 17. I sure ain't going to take a shopping order for under that. I try to shoot for at least $1 an item. I know it doesn't always work out like that, but if you can get $1 an item, that's not bad. So, if it's 40 items, it should pay $40. It don't always do that, but that's what I try to shoot for. But anyway, the one thing about the new ride that I got, it is so far getting it about 3 miles a gallon better, because the Infinity got on average 15.5 miles a gallon, but on average right now I'm getting 18.5, and they basically got the same motor in them. It's just this car that I have now has a lot more bells and whistles. It's got one of those cameras like Emily's. It looks down at you from the top, and that's pretty wild looking. And I sometimes think I'm in a parking place straight, and I'll just put it in reverse to see it from the top angle, and I'm like, yeah, I'm off just a little bit. It's not bad, but not as good of a parker as I thought I was. But still between the lines, though. Anyway, I like it. I just don't know. I've thought about doing the ride share, but I don't know because when I had my Infinity, people would tend to drag their feet across the back of the front seats, and then they'd hit the center console thing. I don't know. I don't know if unless I could do Uber Black, but I think you have to have a certain rating and a certain amount of uh, uh, rides. You know, if they would combine rides and food deliveries, I would surpass that. But I think you have to have a certain amount of just rides and a certain rating. So I don't know. I might have to ask Tony or somebody that does a lot of ride share. But it does, it would fit as far as the black goes because it's black paint and it's black leather interior. Hey, Jerry does DoorDash. How you doing? We just rattling about a little bit of nothing, but it's something to somebody. Especially if, could you imagine if you just say you live here in Wichita Falls and you just did Bot Squad? Because when I signed up with Bot Squad, they had a area uh, contact, a manager or whatever. He was the person that you talk to get your hot bags and order your shirts if you wanted shirts and whatnot. But that's all he did was Bot Squad at that time. He's moved on to bigger and better things, and I'm froze up. There, it unfroze now. I guess our internet's running a little slow. I've been noticing our so-called high-speed internet's having issues, but I think Emily said she got an email or something about it. Anyway, but could you imagine just doing one app and then they just send you email and say, as of midnight tonight, we're no longer in your market? That would bite to be just depending on Bot Squad. Do you have the new car rule? I'm not going to eat in my car and mess it up. We know the rule lasts a week or two. Well, my grandson went with me yesterday, and today I looked over in the passenger seat. He brought a couple of little snacks. They were like granola bars or something. And I looked over there in the passenger seat, and there was a little bit of crumbs there. I'm not. My biggest issue, and even when I was younger, one of the reasons why I didn't have lettuce on tacos or hamburgers, even when I was younger, is because the shredded lettuce always falls out and falls down between the seats, and you can't get it. But I don't know. You know, the car washes here have free vacuum cleaners. So, well, there's 3 car washes here that have free vacuum cleaners. And I will never use those car washes again to wash my car, but I will use their free vacuums. That's a long story, and I won't get into that. But they tore up my car and they wouldn't fix it. How's that? That's all I'm saying. Or tore a part off the car, not tore up the whole car. Anyway, yeah. And French fries. I'm not a big fan of French fries because of salt getting everywhere. But again, unless you're just a slob, which I can be, I'm not. Sometimes, stuff drips. Luckily, I had a sweatshirt on over a shirt the other day because it covered the whole front. My daughter saw that and went by and got me and her a burger, and it kind of dripped all over my sweatshirt. Anyway, yeah. No real rule on it. If you're with me and you want to eat something, go for it. Just try not to make a mess. Accidents happen. I get it. Oh, and that was one cool thing about the car. They gave me, it's got the regular floor mats, the cloth floor mats, but they also gave me, what do they call those? Weather.
All weather.
All weather, the rubber. So, and they're sitting on top of the carpet ones. So, we have had some pretty good moisture over the last few days. So it is muddy out there. I'm kind of glad that they got those rubber ones. I just noticed there's 7 thumbs up. Thank y'all. I don't even know how many people's in here, and I don't know. I got told you can't really go by that number. Well, if there's 7 people and 7 thumbs up, that's 100%. That's a good thing. But anyway, seems like we've been going longer than 27 minutes. What are we going to talk about for the next 33 minutes? I don't guess we have to stay 33 minutes, but anyway. My acceptance rating on Spark is all green except for the acceptance, or my ratings is all green except for the acceptance. And it's still lacking. It did go green for about 2 days. Well, a day and a half, probably. My metrics. I don't know if you can't see it. 100%, 0 on time arrival, 0 drop rate, 22% acceptance rating, and a 5.0 on the customer rating. You can't expect that acceptance rating to stay real good, because if it's real good, odds are you're taking stuff and you are not going to make as much money. Some people used to say, well, I'd rather take a small order. That way I'm not just sitting and making nothing. I'd rather sit and make nothing, because I'm not spending nothing either. I'm not spending the gas. And I've always said it, you're taking a chance on an accident. And look, if I would have been on a low ball order when I got T-boned, there you go. Would it have been worth it? Absolutely not. But I wasn't on a low ball order, so, but it could happen. Hey, Steve, Mr. Rideshare Rodeo is here. How are ya? Hope everything is well up in the Rockies. Oh, she's whining and yawning at the same time. We have got one spoiled dog now. How do you think it would be for Spark on Super Bowl Sunday? If you think it is a good based on previous years, what would be the best times? I don't know that. Honestly, I can't remember last year if it was busy or not. But I don't know that I wouldn't be running more food apps on Super Bowl Sunday. Sundays are usually good with Spark here in our market, but you're gonna have, of course, you're gonna have people ordering beer and frozen pizzas and things like that. But I would say, I really don't know what time the Super Bowl starts, but say it starts at 3:00. I would say hit it to about 2:00, and from 2:00 all during the game, I would probably run food apps. I'd leave Spark going in case some big orders came in, but before the game, I would say Spark might be pretty good. But during the game, I would probably lean more on food apps. That's probably what I'm going to do, because I used to watch football a lot, but the older I got, the less I cared. If it's on, I'll watch it, but I'm not going to change my plans up to watch a football game. Getting ready for the 1-year anniversary of the round table in 30 minutes. All right, that's cool. Everybody here probably goes and watches it, Steve, but if you got a link, here, I could put well, you could post a link, because you know how to do it. Post the link. That way, even on the replays, if anybody's watching it on the replay, they could still go over and click on the link and still go to your channel. So that'd be cool. What are y'all going to be talking about tonight, Steve? I haven't really watched anybody on YouTube lately because I was all wrapped up in trying to find a car. Whoa! Thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. There, yeah, okay. Lisa posted a link to it. Thank you, Steve. I really appreciate that. Um, I hadn't seen one of those in a long time. That's cool. Thank you. But actually, going to be covering a lot tonight. Oh, okay. Well, I am going to try to get over there and watch it because I caught the tail end of it last week, but no, it wasn't a round table. It was when you had the lady on there with the taxes. I watched that the other night. And I got to figure out something. Now, and it's kind of hard to ask questions on there because it's hard to tell exactly what was asked and how it was asked. But when I said DSLRs and stuff like that, I wasn't talking about that's what I was getting through on Vine. I got the lighting and stuff through Vine, but the cameras, no, I paid for them. I was talking about using cameras and stuff for deductions, but I did buy the new GoPro, which I don't know if I can deduct that or not. Yeah, Marissa. Oh, is that your fiance? Oh, cool. Well, congratulations. I did not know that. Cool. Every time I hear the word fiance, I don't know if y'all watched Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? But that's my fiance. Anyway, that's, that's something else. Yeah, well, good to have a tax person in your life. That's for sure. Yeah, but I know you can take off, like, if you bought a computer, monitors, cameras, whatever. I know you can take a percentage of that off. But the only thing I have to take off in that situation is a GoPro. And I actually really do use the GoPro 90, probably, well, about 98% of all the Vine videos and the other uh, review videos I do with the GoPro. It's easier. Some of them I do with my Canon, but the GoPro is just easier. I don't know. I put on my wireless lapel mic and go with the GoPro. And that's the way the cookie crumbled. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll ask her. Well, my biggest thing, because I'm going to be fine on all these gig apps because with the mileage that they gave us after July, I'm not worried about any of that. It's just $7,000 of taxable income that technically is not income, but I guess they are counting it as an income. How you doing, Karen? Welcome. We're just here rambling about, we went from gig apps to taxes and a little bit of a car talking there. But yeah, I may shoot you an email or a text or something, or if she's got any advice on. I know, like I said, I know you can take off a percentage, but I think I'd have to itemize, and I don't know. I don't have enough deductions to itemize. I don't know. I'm just hoping that there's enough refund on the gig apps after they do mileage deductions that'll help cover some of the taxes for the online reviews. The other online reviews, like I got this thing. Oh, this is a security camera. It's called a security camera, solar powered, but it's actually a trail cam. It's camouflage and everything. I've got to do that. And I got a rock tumbler over here. None of that I have to worry about because that is coming from sellers and they don't take tax ID numbers or social security numbers or nothing. So all that stuff is free. It really is free, but through Amazon, they kind of nail you. So if y'all are thinking about doing Amazon buying, if you have to be invited by Amazon to do Amazon buying, you may consider it. And if you're just wanting to do a little bit of it, you're probably fine because you're good up to $600. Anything below, probably $599 and below, you don't have to put on there. Anything over that, you're going to get a 1099 on. And yeah, that was another thing. I got a 1099 from Spreadshirt, that makes the shirts because I got that National Grandpa polo top shirt. And they held out taxes. And I can't believe they sent me a 1099 for $7 and something cents. That was crazy. That's right. She saw your question about Amazon. I'll follow up. Any advice that she has, I would more than appreciate it. And Texas doesn't have a state income tax, so this will all be federal. That probably makes a little bit of difference too. But yeah, email me, text me. You got my number. Call me. I'm all ears, and I'm not going to file until I have to file. I know it's not going to be pretty. I already know it. It's just how ugly is it going to be is my thoughts. We thought we was going to get a good return because Emily got solar panels on, but if y'all are considering getting solar panels and they tell you about a big tax deduction you can get and you'll get a big refund, you better check into that real close because they are very, very, very misleading. And that's probably going to upset Miss Emily by just hearing that because we was looking forward to doing some updates and things like that. But
was on it tonight.
Ooh, oh yeah. Okay. She's asking me if I want some lasagna. She's going to order some lasagna. Oh yeah, I can eat me some lasagna. Lasagna, pizza. I eat all the stuff that's probably not real healthy, but I've never been a salad and a vegetarian type person. Not that there's anything wrong with it. But give me a steak and a baked potato or a lasagna or a pizza or a hamburger or tacos or enchiladas, and I'm good to go. And I don't do Chinese. Well, the shrimp that they have at some of the Chinese restaurants or Oriental restaurants, I will eat that. And they do make some good catfish too. But mostly everything I eat is either Tex-Mex or real Mexican food. I like real Mexican food because I've had that when I was down in Mexico, Cozumel and Progreso. That was authentic, real food, and I did not ask what it was made out of. You love Chinese. I know a lot of people do, and I don't know. Every time I think of Chinese food, I think of like sushi and things like that. And as far as I'm concerned, things like that are better off being fish bait. But that's just me. And I know a lot of people eat it. So it's nothing against anybody. I don't. And my mom is probably watching. So I'm going to blame it on my mom because, well, actually, I don't guess it probably is her fault. Because there probably wasn't that many Chinese restaurants back when I was younger. Not like there is nowadays. There's one on every corner, it seems like. But we ate this normal American food, you know, fried chicken, chicken fried steak. Uh, we ate good, no doubt about that. But I never was introduced to like Chinese food, and that might be a type of food that you acquire a taste for. I don't know. I'm just 57, and I'm not going to start trying to acquire a taste for it now. But they say your taste buds change, what, every 10 years or 12 years? Mine changed immensely after cancer, but some things I used to love, I don't really care. Reese's peanut butter cups, used to be my favorite. Now they're not that great. And since I had COVID, I always drank Dr. Pepper. But since I had COVID, what was it, a month or so back? Dr. Pepper is just, it don't taste good. When it's real cold, I can drink it. But after it starts warming up a little bit, I don't know. Some people say it takes about 6 months to get your taste buds back. We'll see. Miss Holly's here. How are you, Miss Holly? Hope you're doing well. We've just been rambling about a little bit of everything. And what is that old saying? A jack of all trades and master of none. We've just been talking about a little bit of everything, but nothing in particular, other than not depending on one gig app, but from most everybody that's on here, it does not depend on one gig app. But there may be people watching the replay, and that's what why I'm talking about it, because most everybody knows you try to have an arsenal of apps. And if you're dependent on one app, it may not go out of business, but it may move out of your market. And that's what ASAP did, or Bite Squad, or Waiter. One of the three names are all the same company. Logistic Driver, something like that is their main name. They pulled out of Wichita Falls, so anybody that was just doing Bite Squad is no longer doing Bite Squad. They did send me an email if I wanted to move to a different market and continue a contract with them, then I could so do so. But probably their next closest market is going to be the Metroplex, which is about 2 hours away. And no, thank you. Smart and Uber and DoorDash and the rest of them, I will just use those. And Giggity said, because I have I made a comment on the video the other night, that he does Favor. He lives down close to the Houston area. And I have Favor. I just haven't done it in a long time. The one thing I didn't like about Favor is it doesn't show you, I don't think it shows you your mileage, if I remember right. So you really don't know what you're getting yourself into. But you're out working now. It's weird because I'll be talking and I got the monitor right here, and I've got StreamYard running over on the laptop, but the monitor right here, I see it just freeze, and it's weird because I feel like, hello, anybody there? But yep, y'all be sure to check out the Rideshare Rodeo Roundtable at 8 o'clock Central Time, and I believe that's 9 o'clock Rocky Mountain time. Rocky Mountain music. It's a song. Never mind. I'm not a singer. Emily's a singer in the family. So, anyway, I'll tell you what. I don't know if they sent the same incentives out everywhere, but I was doing the 09 Eastern. Okay. Yeah, I was. Well, and I was right. Oh no, Eastern. I don't know. Anyway, all I know is Central Time Zone and Tulsa time. For anybody that listens to old country music, living on Tulsa time. But anyway, they sent out an incentive. It was 5 orders for $25, or you could do 7 orders for an additional $10. I tried so hard I got 4 orders, and I had an hour and a half before I needed to head home to get the live going. I could not. I thought, I would never consider taking or chasing incentives, and I would never consider taking a $9, $10 order. However, in that situation, if I would have got one, I probably would have took it, but that would have made $25, so it would have been worth it. But I could not get a 5th order. I sat at one Walmart, not right up against the building, but in really, really close. So the proximity thing, in some cases, it does matter. It depends on how many orders there are and how many drivers there are at that hour. So proximity does matter, just like acceptance rating does matter in certain situations. But anyway, I said the one Walmart couldn't get an order, so I moved over to the other Walmart and couldn't get an order. So I was like, the algorithm is hating me. It was not going to give me an order. But so I missed the 5th order. But that's the way it goes sometimes. I never do incentives because I always miss them by 1. I know I lose money trying. And but there's so many people that chase those incentives, and Walmart, DoorDash, Uber Eats, they all know it. People that don't really think these things through will take those 6, like on Spark, they'll take those 650 orders and think, well, if I can get 5 orders, that's extra $25. Well, by taking those 650 orders, they probably missed some $17 to $20 orders that would have more than made up that $25 easily. But if it falls into place, like mine almost did, and apparently like yours does, Lisa, you get one away and miss it. That kind of bit, I'm like, I wouldn't, if I'd like 2 or 3 orders getting it. No, I would definitely wouldn't even have considered taking a low ball order. But just being one away, yeah, I'd have probably taken it, just to be honest. But it didn't happen. And I don't think they sent out another incentive for tomorrow. They keep sending out incentives for Walmart pharmacy. And I have never had a Walmart pharmacy order on Spark. I've had pharmacy orders, but it was through Rodeo, and it wasn't at Walmart either. It was at our grocery store and Walgreens. But anyway, I'm fixing to get off here because I want to watch Steve on Rideshare Rodeo. I want to watch the roundtable, but I probably need to go pick up our food.
I DoorDashed it.
Oh, you DoorDashed it.
Hmm. I had the Dasher's already headed that way.
Oh, Dasher's already what?
Headed that way.
Oh, the Dasher's already. Oh, to go pick it up?
Huh?
To go pick it up?
Yeah.
So just out of curiosity, how much did they charge for the DoorDash?
For the whole order?
Well, does it tell you how much?
Yeah, but then they took $4 off. So I don't know. They gave me a discount. So they added $4.32 in fees and then took that off.
Huh. Oh, I've only used DoorDash once. I say I have. It might have been Uber Eats. I really don't remember. But I never use it because it costs so much to use. So, I kind of get where people, I don't think there's an excuse for not tipping, but I do understand with it costing so much to order DoorDash. But if you got the money to order DoorDash, you ought to have a couple of bucks for a tip. Or I got one customer, she tipped me a bottle of wine before Christmas, And then I delivered to her like less than a month ago. And I mentioned us opening that wine for New Year's Eve, at midnight. And I went back out there to get some more groceries to carry them in. Nice older couple. I set them inside their door for them. And she went and got me another bottle of wine. I told her, I said, "You're going to make me a wine drinker." I wanted to say wino, but I didn't think that was appropriate. So I just said a wine drinker. But anyway, do y'all ever get any tips like that? Yeah, I don't know. A six pack of well, I can't say a six pack of Dr. Peppers anymore because Dr. Peppers don't really taste that good. But a jug of sweet tea would be nice. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get off here so I can get ready to eat dinner and watch Mr. Steve over on Rideshare Rodeo. The link Lisa posted a while ago. And you've been getting cash tips lately on Spark. These was on Spark, but anyway, I've gotten a few cash tips on Spark, but it's like they hit and I'll get 2 or 3 and then I don't get any for 6, 7 months. Yeah, Spark. Okay. That's cool. That works for me. So, anyway, and thank y'all for coming by. Appreciate it. Always good to see y'all in the chat and just hanging out. That's a lot of times it's not about anything in particular. It's just kind of cool to hang out. Anyway, thank y'all for coming by. And as always, y'all keep smiling and dashing and dancing and prancing and sparking and whatever it is you do to do something, because if you don't do nothing, you're going to get old and lazy and fat like me. So get out there, make a difference in the world, a positive one. I'll see y'all in the next video or over on Rideshare Rodeos. I'll see y'all later, somewhere and somehow. Have a good night. Bye, y'all. Go over here and click in broadcast.
The Dasher's sitting